Yeah, I was not prepared for today. I'm not gonna lie. Really, just thought we weren't doing it.
Did you think I was dying that badly?
Well, yeah, but I also thought you were laying down the groundwork. Like, yeah, I really don't think I'm gonna be up for today, so I'm just gonna make a big fuss the day before. You know.
Well, I mean, like, if you want to give the chronological order of things is like at around
Yeah, go
7.
for it.
Is it like 7 o'clock on Friday night? No, not Friday night. Thursday night. I was like, hey, my mouth tastes funny. So got up, walked towards the toilet, immediately bent over, and threw up my entire dinner,
Ooh.
which was actually it wasn't my entire dinner because I hadn't even really finished dinner. I ate the
Yeah.
vegetables and I got to the chicken. I'm not in the mood for chicken right now, so kind of put the chicken down with that. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots in my toilet.
Sounds
And
fun.
I should turn this down because I got so bored. I ended up grinding out this Azulane event because they have Kizunai in it. So I'm going to mute that
Yeah.
while I talk because as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be part of the podcast now. So yeah, I was like, huh, that's weird. Maybe it's an isolated incident, and went to bed. But no, I didn't like that. So I threw up. Basically, couldn't go to bed. I was basically in and out of sleep for the next until basically 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Where we got to the point where I was dry heaving. It's like, okay, so I can go to bed now and not really vomit up anything. So I combed it out then. Woke up about 8 o'clock. At some point at around 11 o'clock, I basically just phoned up work. I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking coming into work tomorrow.
No.
And I haven't heard back from him, but yeah, I assume he got it.
Well, let's fucking hope so. Just expecting Moon to show up. Just nah, fam.
What are you talking about? I'm reliable as shit.
You've destroyed the entire New Zealand shipping and logistics industry. Like, is entirely reliant on you, and you've screwed everyone over. People were waiting for their hearts to come, for life-saving surgery, and you've just royally told them to fuck off.
Well, that isn't really part of the New Zealand logistics side of it. That's entirely the medical side, and they will go to hell and back to get that shit. Like my fucking my grandmother's apparently donated her body to science. So and she currently lives in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, like legit bumfuck nowhere. There's no roads, no fucking power. Like they've got a fucking petrol generator out there and a satellite phone.
Right.
They will find a way to get her to Otago University within 24 hours of her dying. But yeah. So I mean, I was still feeling pretty shit yesterday. I didn't vomit though. It was just a lot of shitting.
I mean, that's a slight improvement, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, at least I'm used to things going out that area. Yeah, so that was yesterday, and I wasn't sure if I'd be fine. I'm feeling better, but
well, that's good.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Why are there so many fucking events in this game? Like, we've got one page of the Kizunai collabs, we've got a second page of the Kizunai collabs, a third page of the Kizunai collab, then we've got this loli event, and then this other loli event, and this other loli event, and this other loli event, and then we've got the event for I need to spend money on this game and I get like the the first time purchase shit.
Yeah.
And there's the monthly events, which I've done nothing on. Because I stopped playing the game. Jesus Christ. Alright. Okay, I'll stop playing the game now. Anyway. Yeah. You were apparently supposed to come up with a conversation topic a month ago and we haven't got around to it yet.
Well, hey, okay, no. My one was last month. Sorry, last episode, right? That was my one. So
You say that, but I entirely brought up every single fucking topic.
Well, no,
You never even told me
that
what
was
you
your
came
part.
up with.
Well, to be honest, I did talk for like over an hour on one of the subjects, so you know.
Yeah, but it's fucking Mike Ashley.
You started.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. I started it.
You knew what you were getting into, and you started it anyway. So you know.
And it was
it's on
absolutely
your
worth
head.
it.
So yeah, like I accept no responsibility. But this one is you, so.
Dude, I was totally not prepared for this. You're really taking me for a ride here. I've already told my story about me shitting and coming at the same time.
Oh, I do like that meme. What are you gonna do?
Cry, kiss your
Right.
pants, shit and come, maybe? I have an item in my inventory. 20% off bound up and squirming for my followers. The fuck? Bound up and squirming, it's 10% off. It's... Oh, mount your friends. Okay, so... Let's talk about bound up and squirming. Do you want to know what it's about? Take a guess.
Oh, you don't mean the action, you mean like a game?
Yeah, there's a game called Bound Up and Squirming. Do you want to know what it's about?
Please enlighten me.
I'll take a guess first.
Is it like one of those games where you have to like escape? Like,
Well, escaping seems to be part of it. It's a
Right.
game where you are bound up and squirming. Yeah,
Interesting.
like it seems to be made from the guys who made Mount Your Friends, and it's a story about a guy with some crazed eyes, his hands and legs tied in a like hospital gown, and he just flails around this place. It's all shiny and polygony, and yeah, it's another one of those games where the gimmick is that the controls suck.
Yeah. The gimmick is that it is bad.
But that makes it good. I mean, we say that, but at the same time, we've both played golfing over it. You've played getting over it.
Yeah, I couldn't get... I completed golfing over it, completing our bet, which I still haven't received payment, even though
Was there
I
actually
don't even know
payment?
what... There was definitely something, but neither of us cared enough. Like, I think we both forgot immediately after making the wager.
The only thing I remember is that I did admit defeat.
Yeah.
Like,
There was definitely, like, a stake, but...
I think it was
I
mostly just
don't think of
bragging
any
rights.
Well, yeah, that's what I've taken. That's,
I mean, you've taken it, but it seemed that you've never really exploited it. I don't think it's ever been brought up unless I brought it up.
True. But see, that's because I feel bad about what I did with the beating you once at chess.
And there you go again.
Exactly,
See,
right?
I give you the prime opportunity to fucking dick on me about fucking golfing over it, and you go for the chess anyway.
Well, we're going to talk about golfing over it because you've brought it up. But yeah, I'm admitting it on my basically. Moon likes chess. He says he's not very good at it. I haven't played enough chess to know if he's good or not, but I'm willing to take him on his word. I think have played like 5 games together. he beat me on like 4 of them, but I beat him once, and because he was the one in kind of our group who was kind of responsible for the chess games, he was definitely seen as, you know, a good chess player.
I was the small fish in a tiny ass fucking pond.
Yeah. So when I won one game, I made quite a few. I posted on like I congratulated him on a good game on like 4 different platforms. Like I rode that wave way too much. But I'd be lying and saying I regret it. But yeah, golfing over it.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Have you ever had those situations in like video game, but multiplayer games, where you'll run into this guy and he'll have like 6,000 fucking games or something in it, but he's still like Bronze League or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those guys. It's like the stage 1 like multiplayer boss. I find them in all fucking places. It's hilarious. Like, I ran into one the other day in War Thunder. There was this dude. He has legit. Hang on, I'll see if I can find the screenshots, because I had to take screenshots of this because it was fucking hilarious. No, not those ones. Yeah, here they are. So he's played 23,000 games.
Right.
In War Thunder. He's won 9,765 of them.
Oof.
So we're already below a 100%, below a 50% win rate. But that's not the kicker to it.
Right.
The kicker to it is that of those 6,000 of them, right? 6,323 games were played in the F4U-1C, which is a American naval fighter.
Right.
He's flown this plane out 6,000 fucking times.
Can I guess how many times he's won?
Try it. Yeah, go for it.
I want to say he's won 1,800.
A bit higher.
2,100.
Just a bit more.
2,200.
Or 2,400.
Okay.
So
all right.
38% win rate. There we go. 4,910 deaths of those 6,000 games, which means basically like half of those victories, he actually lived to the end. And 3,246 kills. So 0.75 KD. Although he's apparently also killed like 1,243 ground targets, but that basically means he just strafed a jeep run by the AI.
Yeah.
And just...
So not the most auspicious player.
No. I mean, I'd go look at my own stats now, but... I mean, mine aren't much better either, depending what I'm flying or playing.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm exploiting the most abusable fucking planes, sure, my stats look great. But, fuck, man, playing French tanked my score.
Aye. You're always going on about the French stuff.
The fucking French. I haven't talked about French on the podcast, but fuck the French, man. I love them, but they're so shit. But at the same time, they really shouldn't be shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's hard to pin down, but I think the way I've always put it is, it feels like a nation where they had all these interesting ideas, but then they removed everything that you would take for granted in whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no.
Were you making fun of me there? What the fuck?
Yes, I am making fun of you. I'm sick.
I mean,
I'm sick. I get a pass. It'd be nice to.
I mean, sorry. I can't really ask you about a game. I have very little experience.
Oh,
so I'm taking what you are saying on face value because I can't go. Well, actually, War Thunder have done this with the French because of this.
Yeah,
I don't
well, let's talk about your experience with War Thunder.
So my first experience was like 5 years ago, when my mum bought me a pre-built computer for my 14th birthday.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
No, it was a because I'd been watching a lot of I had an Xbox 360 at the time, and on that I'd been watching a lot of YouTube videos on literally well, we can work back to this as I've been playing Imperator Rome recently, but watching
recently, literally the past day.
Is that not recently? How does time work in New Zealand? I'm pretty sure that's the direct. Anyway, we're getting caught in the weeds here, right? So, I was watching like pre-release and early footage of Europa Universalis 4 when it just came out, and I never really played a game like that before. And I was like watching. I was like, oh my god, this is great! And it was back when PC Master Race was like, an in meme and all that. So I was able to badger my mum.
I mean, when was this? When were you? What was that, like 2012?
No, see, here's the great thing about being born early in the year 2000. Just pick the year, and that's how old I am.
Oh, so 2014.
Yeah, so I was 14.
Okay, cool. I can still do maths.
Well, this is for my birthday, so 13, 14. But yeah, so I was able to get one, and let me just say, right, like, I can't be critical because it cost like £700, and where consoles were costing an Xbox One at the time was like £300 or something. So it was substantially more expensive than just a console or whatever. But at the same time, it was a total rip-off. This pre-built was like a lot of Amazon pre-builts where it was really shit. Like, it was not good, but they just overcharged massively and just put gaming and all that. And my mother hadn't consulted me before buying, but to be honest, even if she did, I mean, yeah, I didn't really know enough to...
Well, the funny thing I find about it is how over-rammed that shit is. Like, the ones
this had 16 gigs of RAM.
Back in 2014. It's like, I mean, I was running fucking 8 gigs of RAM until basically, like, the start of this year. When I realized, oh shit, if I'm actually going to be doing all this video editing shit, I should probably get more RAM.
Yeah, but it's also like really bad, like 833 megahertz, so like a really low number. So like, yeah, like my computer now, which was, I would admit mostly pre-built. I have put a couple new parts in it, but it was basically pre-built. But I actually did my research, but before getting it, still just run 16 gigs of RAM. My RAM hasn't updated in 5 years technically. But anyway, to get back to the point, so wait, what the fuck were we talking about? I've totally...
My dick.
Fuck off. We're talking about computers, but like, what was the crux of the conversation?
It was that Daddy wanted a PC to play Europa Universalis for.
Yeah. So I wanted a PC to play it. I got one, and I could play games on it. Cool. But I was 14. I didn't have a bank account. I didn't have really any income apart from lunch money, which I'm sure I've talked about on the podcast. I would starve myself and just go into town at the start of the week and spend all my lunch money on, Steam cards or Battle.net cards to get Hearthstone packs or or whatever, and then like just starve for the rest of the month and for the rest of the week. But the time is before that. So basically, when I got my PC, I had no games, and so I had to do what every kid does, in this day and age, which is play free games. And on Steam, there was this game where you flew fighter planes called War Thunder. So I started downloading it. This was back when I had like 300 kilobyte download speed. So we were going to have like a day trip in London. So I started the download at like midnight. We had to catch the bus, like the coach down, which is like a 6-hour coach ride. I seriously cannot ride like coaches anymore. In America, I think you call them like the Greyhounds or something.
We call them buses.
Yeah, well, yeah. Here, there's a difference between a bus and a coach, but essentially, yes, a bus, right? And actually, were you in the chat when we were talking about the Megabus man? Like the guy in the back of the Megabus.
What the fuck is a Megabus?
Megabus is the company that runs this. They have a mascot on the back. I will show you Megabus man.
Megabus
and there's this man who is on the back of every single Megabus. Oh, right, that is a great picture. All right, so max res default. Sure, it'll replace whatever my max res default is. Max. Here it is. So this is the Megabus man. And you see him
Lord, he coming.
An absolute unit, right? Actually, there's a comedian called Dara O'Brien who was mocked on one of his panel shows for looking like the Megabus man, and it's now a little bit of a meme. But anyway, I can't ride the Megabus anymore. But right, I'm still getting beyond the point, right? So we went down to London. We had like 12 hours in London or whatever, saw some sights, came back up, and I got back and I checked my computer and it was only like 60% complete. So I went to bed, woke up, still hadn't finished, went to school, came back, and finally it was completed, and I was able to play it. And that was my first experience in, my computer isn't actually that good, because it looked like shit, so I had to turn all my settings down.
I mean, the game's still pretty toaster friendly. Like, I know a fuck ton of people that play the game on like laptops and shit.
Yeah, I should say what I'm saying here wasn't that I couldn't play it or whatever, but like, when you get like, I got my new computer, I was like, yeah, it's great, it's gaming. I'm gonna put everything to the max. So I put everything to the max, and it was choppy as fuck. And I was like, oh, okay. Something's wrong. I'll fix it later. But for the time, I'll scale it back. So I played a few matches, but then quickly was able to, as I said, buy actual games that you paid money for.
Actual games.
And then I didn't play it for like 5 years. Until fairly recently, because you played all the time, so I thought, fuck it, I tried Girls Frontline because you played it, so I was like, fuck it, I'll try this.
That seems to be happening a lot, and I'm actually surprised.
It's because you post about shit so much, so it's like, it's more than if I was playing, because if I was posting about like Football Manager all the time, I still doubt anyone would try it, but
I mean, yeah.
But
I think that's just because like Football Manager would be so far out of the realm of something I would try.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I get that.
If you were posting about all the time about some generic military first-person shooter, I don't know, maybe I'd try it.
Well, I did for that bit when I played Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, so never tried that. So. Well, maybe that's not true.
I don't know. I don't think I was paying attention when you were talking about that all the time.
Yeah, it was a phase. Like, I haven't played it fairly recently. Anyway, but yeah. So, but unlike Girls Frontline, I just I have uninstalled it now. But that's mainly because I don't have a lot of space on my SSD, so or my hard drive. So if I wasn't playing
you think you've got fucking storage problems?
Right, come on, let's compare.
Alright, so I have one 2 terabyte hard drive with 100 gigs left, and I have another 2 terabyte hard drive with 200 gigs left.
Right. So you've got more material, but I have a 500 gigabyte SSD with 10 gig left, and a 2 terabyte hard drive with 50 gig left.
Oh, and I mean, if you want to compare the SSDs as well, I have a 120 gig with 10 gigs left.
Right.
At that point, it's basically just the OS.
I am looking to buy like a 1 terabyte SSD maybe next month or something, for games. So then like,
I think I need to just like look into a fucking NAS, just to put all the anime and shit on it. Like, there's no reason for me to keep all that shit on the hard drive anymore, but at the same time, I don't want to fucking delete it.
Yeah, I have that with like, I have like 500 or 600 gigabytes of like JAV, and I literally don't watch any of it. I don't watch any of it, but I don't want to delete it either.
Yeah, I know that issue. I'm kind of curious what you have now.
A couple of tea collections and whatnot.
What, you mean like T-series?
Yeah, bitch lasagna, you know.
I actually have no idea what T-series does.
Same. Literally, like, I do not give a shit about any of that.
But like, well, no, but fucking, I need to find this out now.
I think they're like BuzzFeed for India.
Oh, that's a possibility. So apparently, I can look up T-series, and the first thing that comes up is Jake Paul dicking on T-series.
Hog.
T-series mixtape season 2. Wait, no, these are playlists. Making of Sanam Re Film on a So this seems to be like a music channel.
I think it's like a network as well.
Yeah,
like, they have other things.
Actually, now the movie trailers and shit are coming up. Yeah, man, fuck T-series. Hate them already.
But yeah, so fuck, I am shit at doing podcasts. I can't remember what we're talking about. Jesus. I need like notes or something. So I need to make like a live document.
we would talk. Yeah, I don't know how you can fuck up, but wait. So did you say you deleted fucking Girls Frontline, or do you delete War Thunder?
Oh, no, Girls Frontline's on my phone.
Oh.
I've deleted War Thunder, yeah. Just because I wasn't playing it, and like I say, I have 10 gigs left, and that's from a recent reorganization. So I just didn't have the room to justify it. But when I get my new SSD, I'm just going to install a bunch of games. So I'll probably get another crack. Like, I didn't not enjoy it, but it just reminded me too much of
being poor.
World of Tanks. And
well, that's because you were playing arcade all the fucking time, which is literally like the fucking
no. Like I don't mean through gameplay like that. Like I just mean it. I mean, it's in the same genre.
Oh.
And it's what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I've been like, unlike War Thunder, I've invested like a lot of time and a lot of money into World of Tanks because that was my freemium game. And so it's like, if I'm going to play a freemium game, then I may as well play the one that I at least have some decent statistics and don't have to relearn. But it wasn't like I didn't enjoy it, but it was just going through the grind again, and just kind of turned, like, again, I've already done this with another game. Like,
yeah, fair enough. I mean,
But
I probably wouldn't go and play World of Tanks either. But
no.
at the same time, I kind of don't want to.
I get like World of Tanks isn't a great game, but it's just the one that I play. You know, it's the one that I picked over. So, they feel the same.
I think FCD is playing Euro Truck Simulator.
Man, Euro Truck Simulator is a fucking amazing game.
No, but are you getting the same fucking updates I am?
No, actually that's weird. Like I am in a game and nothing popped up. But
no, he's sitting there fucking every second. He boots up Euro Truck Simulator. Wait, okay, wait, no shit. Okay, booted up again.
Yeah, it's because I've signed out. Oh, that could have been me. Oh.
And that one's you.
Yeah, I just came online. That's why I didn't get the notifications. But yeah, like yesterday, I guess if you don't mind, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Imperator Rome.
But dude, we haven't talked about our fucking weekly Girls Frontline shit.
We can get onto that. I'm not gonna take too long, I swear. All I want to say is so it just came out yesterday. I'm enjoying it. You know, there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Well, let's start. What are you enjoying? Because I don't think we got that out of the way.
I enjoy the setting.
No, the name of the fucking game.
What?
What are you playing?
Oh, I said Imperator Rome.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah. Like I said, we need to talk. I want to talk a bit about Imperator Rome. So Imperator Rome is the new Paradox vehicle. They made EU4, Crusader Kings 2, Stellaris, Victoria 2.
Hearts of Iron.
Grand Strategy. Yeah, how could I forget Hearts of Iron? And yeah, it's just another Grand Strategy game, but it's set from the rise of the Roman Republic to the fall of the Roman Republic, so about 3020 BC. I believe you can carry on playing after that, but you know, that's the time setting. I'm pretty sure they've left it like that so they can add some DLC that will expand the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be like the first fucking DLC to come out, right? Like
probably not. No, I doubt
it.
Really
okay, we'll say first actual DLC, not like this something fucking culture pack that costs like $5.
No, I doubt that as well. Because what they do for those is it's when they've kind of run out of basic like not culture things, but like well, they normally release the game, they'll go fairly in detail on a couple of cultures, and then they'll release cultural updates, but not like little DLCs, but like big DLCs that impact a lot of things, but they'll also tend to focus on an area.
Oh, you mean like mechanic things, like they'll introduce, I don't know, fucking fishing. And like ocean trade or something, whatever the fuck.
So yeah, Crusader Kings 2, yeah, one that comes to mind is the trade nations. Crusader Kings 2 was actually fucking balls at release because you could only play as Christian nations, but they had the map and it included Muslim nations and city-states and like theocracies like the Papal State and you know, Vikings and whatever, and you just like you could interact with them, but you just couldn't play as them. At least in the games they're making now, you can play as everyone, but some of them are really shallow. Like for Imperator Rome, I really think like the Indian factions and the more like African factions and some of the tribal mechanics as well just aren't as deep as like Rome itself, and like my bet for the first one is going to be like a Hellenistic expansion that will really go in detail.
That'll Carthage.
Yeah, there's gonna be one for Africa that'll have Carthage. There'll be a tribal one. There'll be a like an Alexander. That's my bet that they'll go a little bit early, because I think the game starts about 30 years after Alexander's death. So my bet is they'll make it so you can start like 50 years sooner, and you can do the conquest of Alexander, and then they'll expand later. They'll have like this imperial expansion. But that's not going to come for years. That'll be when the game's they've kind of run out of culture to milk, and they'll have to get to like expanding the map and expanding the time frame. But they normally come really late.
Do you think they'll drag it out to the point that you can eventually port your save file over to Crusader Kings 2?
No, but I do think they're going to release a bridge game, like a Dark Ages game, between them. That wouldn't surprise me.
Fuck. I'm just remembering how much I hated Total War Attila now.
Yeah, I was just about to say kind of like Total War Attila. But the problem is, with all of these games, you can, like, conquer the world. So, like, that's at least with Crusader Kings, you can only play in, like, parts of the old world. So then, like, with Europa Universalis, it goes into, like, the whole world. But, like, with this game, you could theoretically, like, the map's basically the size of the Crusader Kings map. So you could, like, just conquer the world in, like, one game, and then you're just having to upkeep it all in all the others, you know? So... I mean, I'm saying that as like, a good player could do that. It's like Football Manager, I love it, but I'm not good. I am not good at these games.
I say this as someone who doesn't really have any idea what he's talking about. Like, my experience with Paradox games have been... I bought Europa Universalis 4. I've played about 100 or so hours of it.
Yeah?
Hang on, where the fuck is it? 137 hours. And
That's not...
I've come to the conclusion that I already knew. I don't give a shit about the setting.
Yeah.
Just, like... There are two blind spots in my entire giving the fuck about history, and it's from the fall of the Roman Empire to basically the Battle of Hastings. Just that entire section. Do not give a fuck. Could not care less. And then the other one is basically from the start of the Renaissance to fucking basically the invention of smokeless powder.
Right.
That entire section, don't give a shit. And you know, what are the two games we just mentioned? Total War Attila and Europa Universalis 4.
I can see that. For me, it's just after, like, for me, like, this is definitely coloured in, like, history class, but the era of history I hated learning about the most and I've softened on it a bit because I've learned more about things that were going on at that time, but would be like the Industrial Revolution. Like, I just did not give a shit about the Industrial Revolution. Like, I don't care about Luddites, I don't care about any of that shit. Like, so yeah, from the end of the Renaissance and all that up to, like, the First World War, just tap me out, you know. I just don't care. Now I'm not so much like that, you know, but
I don't know.
So whenever I hear anyone mention, like, Queen Victoria or the Industrial Revolution, I'm like, oh, just kill me.
I don't know. I think the worst thing to come out of the Industrial Revolution was fucking steampunk.
Yeah.
Then again,
you're not gonna get disagreement from me on that one.
Yeah, then I just think I don't like punk in general, like, or any of those subtype punks, like, you know, cyberpunk, steampunk, diesel punk. Just
like,
why does everything have to fucking suck? Why can't we have nice things? Why do you have to go, hey, look?
Because it's more real, man. Life sucks.
No, fuck off.
Like, I don't mind cyberpunk, but that's more just because I'm a weeb and I like glowing neon lights with kanji on them.
I mean, I can get down with
Like,
glowing neon lights, but fuck all this mega corporation, like, shit with private armies.
Yeah.
That being said, fucking Perfect Dark is a great game.
Never played it.
Well, I mean, what are we talking about? The first one was, like, the Nintendo 64 one is, like, it's a fucking Nintendo 64 first person shooter. Like,
Yeah.
It's fun with friends. Perfect Dark Zero, I actually kind of liked a lot.
Aye.
But that was like, I mean, it was one of the fucking release games for the Xbox 360, and I think the general consensus is it's shit.
Yep.
But I actually kind of liked it.
Aye. I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking a game that, people don't like. But
Yes, there is. Oh,
you've also like the big thing is you've also got to be able to acknowledge that it's a bad game. You know, those are the worst. Like the worst people to me are like it's fine liking something that. Okay, right. I'm gonna use a really weird example here, but Christopher Nolan films, right? He's made like the films Inception and Interstellar, right?
mm-hmm.
Have you seen both of them?
I've seen Inception. I haven't seen Interstellar.
Okay, so consensus is that Inception is a better film. Now, I like both of those films, right? I think that Inception is a better film than Interstellar.
Which one was Interstellar again? Because
Interstellar was the one with Matthew McConaughey, and they go to different planets, and try and like find life on them. And Inception is the one with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, no, I remember what Inception was. It's just the only thing I'm remembering is that during that time when Interstellar came out, there was a whole bunch of others of these like these space films where
Gravity came out fairly.
Gravity,
well.
but like all those films where it's like futuristic, everything's clean and white, like the entire world was made by fucking Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was the Tom Cruise one.
Oh yes,
Where,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, the one with the like harvesting off all the water.
Oh my god, that's gonna bug me.
Shit.
Oh fuck.
Fuck it, let's go look up Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah, and didn't The Martian come out about that time as well?
Yeah, that one was fucking
No, I
Matt Damon. Oh, dude, did you see his Small movie?
No, I didn't.
Did you see the trailer for it though?
No, I don't watch trailers.
It's the fucking it's the most hilarious fucking premise for the movie, and I can't believe he actually took up the job.
Right.
Basically, someone came up with the idea that imagine a world where we had shrink rays.
Right.
And they're like, hey, look, if you have like $20,000 in your retirement fund or whatever the fuck, if we shrink you down to the size of a fucking acorn, $20,000 could buy you enough food and land for you to live out your retirement at age 30.
Right, okay.
So he like shrinks himself down, and he's like, and his wife doesn't. So like they have like marriage
Wait, is it like
troubles.
a romantic comedy or something?
No, I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be, but hang on, I need to look up Tom Cruise to figure out this film first. And then
in the meantime, while you're searching that up, quick thing about The Martian and Interstellar. So Matt Damon is in both of them. They came out at about the same time, like within 2 years of each other, like a year or two of each other, and both times he plays like an astronaut. In Interstellar, he's an evil astronaut, and in The Martian, he's a good astronaut. And it was really fucking jarring, like having to get behind him in like The Martian when he's like the primary antagonist in one of them, I guess, in Interstellar. It was like I don't forgot, like I haven't forgotten what you did to Murph. All right, I'm not gonna now want you to live.
Oblivion.
Oh yes, yeah, Oblivion.
It was also an Edge of Tomorrow the year after, which I never saw, but I saw that one scene where someone keeps fucking dying or something. But fucking Matt Damon. Because... Oh, wait. The Martian... The fuck? Oh wait, no, let's go to the full one. No, not Downsizing was the name of the film. Downsizing is a 2017 American science fiction comedy drama film directed by Alexander Payne, written by Payne and Jim Taylor, starring Matt Damon and Christoph Waltz. Oh, they got Christoph Waltz in this? Poor guy. It tells the story of Paul and Audrey Safranek, a couple who decided to undertake a newly invented procedure to shrink their bodies so they can start a new life in an experimental community. Where Audrey refuses the procedure at the last minute, Paul has to reassess his life and choices after befriending an impoverished activist.
Befriending an impoverished what, sorry?
Activist.
Right.
Yeah, in the future, searching for a way to solve overpopulation and global warming, Dr. Jorgen Azerbaijan invents downsizing, a process to shrink people to the height of 5 inches. Or 12.7 centimeters for all you micro-dicked motherfuckers out there. He and his wife, Anne, become part of the first human test subjects. Once the process is proven safe and demonstrated to the world, Paul and Audrey, a married couple in Omaha with financial problems, meet Dave and Carol, who have downsized. While the inventors advocates that downsizing is environmentally friendly through the reduction of waste, Dave argues that its benefits extend far beyond that, and they do improve to increase the value of their money. Exploring the possibility of downsizing, Paul and blah, blah. Anyway, it seems like the most retarded fucking premise for a film, and it just makes me wonder how the fuck they got Matt Damon to do it.
I kind of want to watch it. I kind of want to see like how on earth could this work.
I mean, I don't want to watch it. Just watch the trailer, and you can sit there and just be left bewildered like me.
Okay, right.
We still need to do this fucking. We still need to do this fucking movie night, don't we?
Yeah, we really do.
Fuck it, you're organising this.
All right, I'll take that responsibility.
Yeah, you fucking bet, because you can do with all the restreaming and shit. Because your internet's better than mine.
And I'm located in a part of the world where other people actually live.
Yeah. Well, like I said, your internet's better than mine. Fuck, so where are we going with this? Inception and Interstellar.
Oh, yeah. So, Inception's the better film. They're both great films. Inception's better, but I just prefer Interstellar. Interstellar is one of my favorite films of all time. I absolutely fucking love it. That was my point. It's just being able to like analyze, like, you don't have to take it personally if somebody else thinks that something else is better, you know.
But somebody's wrong on the internet. Will not stand.
I mean, you say that, but I mean, yeah, for a lot of people, that is the truth. So, but yeah, and that was really all that was my point, if you can call it a point, I guess.
Yeah. Fuck. Shit, where are we going with this? I mean, I guess what was the point? Like, acknowledging something's bad, I guess Necopara falls into that. I mean,
Necopara's great.
I don't know, it depends, like, I think it depends on, like, what you're judging it on. Like, if you're expecting a legitimate fucking story, you can get fucked.
No. You know, actually, I'm having that issue. Oh, sorry. Are you going to elaborate on this?
No, not really. I'm bad with words.
Yeah, we're a great fucking podcast, aren't we? What are we talking about? I don't know. I'm bad with talking. I'm actually kind of having this problem with domestic Nakanajo right now.
Oh, here we go.
That, I know it.
It's still on my shit to do list.
Like, I know it's like an absolute fucking trash anime. Like, I acknowledge that. It is shit, but I fucking love it. I absolutely love it, and yeah.
I didn't even look up the show last week. Alright. So, yeah, I was in love with his teeth. That's a nice cover art.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about this.
Yeah, but I never actually looked it up when you're talking about it. That's But yeah, that's a nice cover. Just everyone getting kinky on the desk. And when did it... Oh, so it actually fucking aired like last season.
Yeah, it's very recent.
Yeah, were you watching this when it came out, or?
No, I watched it like just after it finished. Like I don't actually watch that much anime, so like I wasn't keeping track of shit. I just saw it and was like, "Fuck, alright, that seems interesting."
Hmm.
And
She doesn't have a
I
biography.
ended up falling in love with her. I really, really like it.
Do you think anyone ever actually reads the fucking reviews that people write on My Anime List?
No,
Like,
I don't think anyone looks at My Anime List at all, to be honest.
I mean, it's great as just that, a list. Just like, oh, this is coming out, I'll put it on my shit to do list. That's quite literally a shit to do list.
I don't use it as a to do list. I just use it as a what do you call it? Like a hey, I'm not gonna say, like, if I'm talking to you, I'm not gonna say everything that I've been watching. So just look at my fucking My Anime List. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just muting myself because apparently I have to log into my anime list so that I can just add this to my shit to do list.
Right. Yeah, I should be using My Anime List like that, like create like a plan to watch. But I have like the Crunchyroll queue, which is just, you know, a bunch of shows that is also like shit to watch.
Well,
but then like I add things to it and I forget why. So like Blend S is on there.
Oh, I know why you added that one.
Why?
For the dick. For the surprise. Oh god. I mean, a lot of people just add shit to their shit to do list and they forget why. Mostly because they watched that like one gif of the fan service that they thought was hilarious. Half of my shit to do list is doing that, to be honest. But yeah.
I mean, actually, yeah, I did actually pick Domestic Canajo because I saw like a meme for it, or like a gif.
Like, you mean people actually memed about this?
Nah, like somebody just posted like a screen grab from a semi-funny post.
Can I see it?
And I was like, I mean,
now to go through like 3 weeks of fucking history.
I don't even know what to search. I put in younger sister domestic, and I was like, I'm waiting for Matt Canajo or domestic girlfriend. I just put in younger sister domestic violence.
I mean,
no Google. That's not.
That's something I can relate to.
Oh shit! I think this is it. Oh, so this is only the end of it. But basically, she's saying, because now they're related now, you know, through.
Oh, so it's just.
It was a little bit before this where she's like, "I'm not your younger sister," like, because he calls her Emoto, and it's like, "No, I'm your older sister," and he's like, "When were you born?" And she says like September, and he goes July, and then it's younger sister it is, and then people were commenting about it, and like somebody said like, "Is this the one from the one where he like bangs his teacher and whatever?" And
you were like, "Sign me the fuck up."
I'd be like, I was colored intrigued, you know. So saw it was on Crunchyroll. It was 12 episodes. I just finished Kaguya-sama. So
the name sounds familiar, but at the same time, I don't recognize it, and I think it's just because of your accent.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to say? Kaguya-sama.
Maybe.
Hensai no. I don't remember the rest of the title, but
I
I only know Tensai because I know that word. It's the word for genius.
Something you'll never be.
True. Can't get mad at the truth.
Right, what is this? Oh, this is the thing with the dancing girl.
Yeah.
All right.
It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but you've already added one thing to my shit to-do list, and your reputation hinges on it.
Oh fuck! All right, if my reputation's hitching on domestic manager, then fuck.
Well, I mean,
literally, the start of this is me acknowledging that it's a pile of shit, but I just.
Well, to be honest, there's only one person so far that's like fucked up their reputation on like recommending me weeb shit.
Who's that?
Which?
What do you recommend?
Samurai Flamenco.
I've literally never even heard of that.
It's shit.
That's probably why I've never heard of it.
It's supposed to be this like piss take of like superhero Power Rangers shit.
Right.
But the issue is it's so ironic that it's not ironic.
I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like it tries to take the piss out of the concept so much it just becomes the concept anyway, and it loses its humor.
Yeah.
Like the first, I forget how many episodes it was. It was either 12 or 24, but like the first half of it was actually decent because it was basically like the main character is just this like pretty boy, like legit just a magazine model. And then he like spends his spare time running around Tokyo in his spandex, just like solving crimes.
Based.
But like the crimes are like the most mundane shit. Like you stole this guy's umbrella when you were walking out of a building by accident, and so he just like gets like you stole that, and then he runs halfway across the fucking town to just give him back his umbrella.
That's the fucking hero we need to be.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like when it was that, it was hilarious, but then it actually turns into Sentai. And it sucks.
Sentai?
Yeah, Power Ranger shit.
Oh.
Fuck, get your weeb on, man.
Yeah.
Don't leave me hanging on this. This is very undaijobu. That's become something I've been fond of, just saying undaijobu. Because it makes no sense to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just gonna fuck. Today's a slow day. See, this is what happens when
I wasn't prepared for it. I know I'm not being the best. I'm
yeah.
sorry, Dad.
Fuck. Did you just call me Dad?
Yeah, I did. Right. I'm just.
Fuck. At least buy me dinner first. Jeez.
I didn't call you Daddy. Calm down.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Dad is just daddy for girls in a rush.
Get that on a t-shirt.
Fuck. There's got to be places where you can just like print shit on t-shirts for like fuck all.
Yeah. There's like a place I walk past every day to college, and it's like your t-shirts are ours. Print in 1 hour. Maybe you know what? I think the Sports Direct mug is big enough
to fit a
probably
t-shirt.
fit a t-shirt in there. Just cram one in.
I mean, like you say they're oversized. Like, how oversized are we talking here?
I mean, like more than a pint. It's such a meme. There's got to be pictures like Sports Direct. But I think the problem is, I think I've built it up so much that what you're imagining is like a human-sized mug.
Oh no, I'm not thinking of anything that ridiculous. But like, there's 3 tiers of mugs in my mind. There is the cup, which is the cup I use for guests, and it's like literally, I think it's like legit just a cup, like 250 mils.
Yeah.
And then I have this like maths mug, which is bigger, and it's just got like all these like equations and shit, like real basic like quadratic and like trigonometry stuff. So it looks smart, but it's not really smart.
Yeah.
But it's about
here's a size comparison.
Like given the ruler on the side of it, it's fucking 10.5 centimeters tall. And then there was
I don't know how tall mugs are supposed to be.
And then there's a friend of mine who has what he called the bucket. He what not the bucket. I can talk. Yeah. And that thing was fucking massive. Like legit at a liter and a half.
Yeah, this is not anywhere as near as big as that.
Like he used to just like screw using a teaspoon. He used tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of coffee, and it was still weak as fuck.
Like, the thing with the Sports Direct mug is that it's bigger than normal mugs, but it's also like universal, because like every house has a Sports Direct mug, like everywhere. So it's like something that everyone has, and it's bigger than normal mugs. So everyone, like, it is a large mug for everyone, is essentially. I've posted the totally accurate size comparison. Can you not post cat girls, please?
Why?
So this is an actual comparison. It's it's. I mean, okay, it doesn't look that much bigger, but that's still probably like twice the volume of a normal mug.
I mean,
but a normal mug's like 300 milliliters, so it's really like a bit more than a pint. Really.
If I'm looking at my mug right now, I think it's basically just going to be a clone of my maths mug.
Yeah,
and
it's just a big mug.
Big mug. Gives us a look at your mug, mate.
I'm just listening to myself back from that. Oof, big oof.
Gives us a look, love.
What?
Nah, never mind.
Are you done?
Fuck, you're making this real awkward now.
I think you're doing a good enough job on that. Like, oh fuck. All right, all right.
What is all the porn and the podcast channel making you uncomfortable?
Yes, it very much is.
Would you like
keep
to
them segregated?
Would you like to describe them, or should I?
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Actually, the first one reminds me of something fucking hilarious. Well, the first image is Hamikaze from Ken Cole dressed up as Shimikaze from Ken Cole.
Can I just quickly say, I've never watched Ken Cole.
Neither. But it's not an anime first and foremost. It's a game. You fucking troglodyte.
Oh, that shows my thing. But okay, right. I don't know if I should say this on air, to be honest. Maybe.
What? Do you want me to say it's goddamn the things I would do to Shimikaze?
It's more like the things I've done.
the things you would do to the things you would do to Shimikaze male.
I'm not dignifying that response. But like, okay, basically, I've jerked it to enough Shimikaze porn that I feel like I should probably just watch the thing. Like, I probably owe it to watch it. Definitely edit that out. Don't keep that in.
No. Well, I mean, fuck, I would too. She's a cute girl. Emphasis on girl.
I was just about to say emphasis on not girl.
It reminds me of something hilarious, and that was the image I got of Nozomi and Nico.
Oh yes.
You know what?
Fuck you, actually.
Yeah, that's the thing is the thing that I find so fucking hilarious about it and images like it is the only guys that ever hate it are the ones that like the flat-chested character. Like like everyone I shared that image to that likes Nozomi fucking loved it. They thought it was hilarious
because they acknowledge that flat is justice.
But everyone that fucking likes Nico, first and foremost, just screams autistically. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you people? Get your shit together.
Fuck you. Right, like, It's me. It's me. I just like Nico as she is, you know. And also, I don't really care for Nozomi, so it's like
Why though?
I don't
She's
like
great.
how Nozomi looks better being like Nico. So it's like you've not only made her better, but then you've made Nico worse.
I think they're both great. Well, I think Nozomi's great. She has an amazing personality.
Yeah, she has two amazing personalities.
Well, 3 if you want to be like that.
I'm just not a fan of
Lesbian
like
mums.
to me. For me, B cup is best.
See, here you
Ian's-
are. You're just nailing on about the fucking tits. I'm talking about a.
I'm just no. You moved it on to tits. I'm just.
Oh, I'm talking about I'm
stating
talking
my
about her
point.
personality, like her legit fucking personality.
Just let me finish my fucking point, right? Like
Oh God.
B cup is best. A and C cup are nice. D cup can be nice but can be bad. I do know enough about bra sizes that it's not just the cup size, it's also about, you know, the band size as well. But like, you know, I'm just speaking in broad terms here. Like D cup is typically the biggest that I think can be good. Like, or like D double D. And then beyond that it is just too much.
Yeah, but at the same time, can we just say that these are fucking anime tits and anime artists have
talking
no
about real
fucking
tits.
yeah, and anime artists have no fucking clue what the fuck they're
You know
talking
what?
about.
Right. This is the principal reason why I feel like I can't jerk it to hentai. Because there's no good small tit hentai. Massive fucking bazongas, right? I don't give a shit about that. You know?
Let's
I don't want to watch. I don't watch fucking lolly shit. You know, that's not for me. So it's like, you know, where can a manga where you want normal girls, but you know, just not with massive tatters?
all right.
Is that too much to
Let's
ask?
go to my in hentai favorites and see if I can find anything. There's-
Fuck me when this podcast like truly becomes big, and we're like fucking massive celebrities.
Oh no, this is exactly what I wanted. I don't know. It's like, I mean, yeah, okay. Now I'm starting to see the issue. There's a bit of
See?
like.
You see, right?
Well,
I'm not
do you
I'm
want me to?
being
I mean,
serious.
I can send you some stuff, but you're not gonna like it.
Then I don't want it. Don't send it to me.
Like,
Don't
yeah.
waste my time.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not. I don't think you're interested in much of Shindol's stuff. Or urethral insertions.
Yeah, that's a good shout. that's a good. You are correct.
What's this one? This one might work. Actually, I think this is one I already sent to you before.
What's this?
Hang on. Let's. Yeah, this might work. But as always, links will be in the description.
Akuma ga boku o. Oh wait, I have to read.
I mean, you don't have to fucking read it now, but. Oh,
Alright, yeah.
oh
looks
god.
alright.
So something just popped up on my Twitter.
Right.
You remember Melon Pan?
Yes, I do. You're a cool guy.
He's considering cosplaying Senko-san.
Who's Senko-san?
A cute little fox girl.
Oh yeah, I know Senko-san. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I mean, looks.
I don't know. This makes me deeply uncomfortable. At least with the
mean-
rest of his shitposting antics, I didn't care about the characters he was shitposting.
Yeah, like I've seen him like spank himself dressed as a maid girl. You know, like.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I
you
love
know.
him.
Yeah, I don't really see like, oh, okay, but this fox girl is, you know. Just who he is.
Yeah, he's a great dude. I hope everything works out for him with his life.
That was bullshit. Him losing his FedEx job. I was happy for him.
Yeah, I mean he lasted what, a week?
Based. Kind of based. But I mean, like, you know, what's you know, we'll be looking back on this. You know, like 20 years ago, where people were being fired from their jobs for like being closet homosexuals and whatever, and it's like we'll be looking back in 20, 30 years time, like, damn, how did they let him go just because he wanted to jerk it to lollies? You know, that's the direction.
I mean, you say that, but like that is actually a legit issue. Is now that like we've dealt with gay rights shit, everyone's gonna say, is it okay to actually be a pedophile?
The answer is no.
Yeah.
Always no.
You say that, but fuck, man, people are trying.
Yeah, no, like, I get what you're saying, because I have seen the post as well, but, like, no, I the fundamental problem with that, I think, is, you know, not everyone's gay, not everyone's trans or whatever, but most people, like, I'll just use men in this example, like, a lot of men have kids, and a lot of people, you know, a lot of them care about their kids, and it doesn't really matter what.
And a lot of them know how to build crucifixes.
Yeah, like you know, I don't think you know, society's gonna change to the point where like fathers are gonna let other men bang their kids, you know, or mothers, you know, like I just don't see that. I don't see that evolutionary gap being bridged. Nor do I think it should be bridged. But yeah, that's what I like. I think it's in a different ballpark from like then just like being gay or something or trans. Like it's, you know, way different. That's my opinion though.
So remember, people, don't fuck kids.
Yeah.
Probably not good for your health.
I can't stress that enough. Don't fuck kids.
Let it be known that the Sad Beer on Guy podcast, still a working title, does not endorse the fucking of children. Much.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to talk about something right? On this subject.
All right. So you finally come up with something you want to talk about with this podcast. Cool.
Yeah. Well, you know, we'll see, because you may not want, you know, you may think it's a shit topic. But, so, on Discord, on my server,
On
we
these
are
nuts.
recording this on, got him! I have implemented a rule due to Discord's terms and services that a fair few people, as in more than one,
Myself included.
Sorry?
Myself included.
Yep. Have got themselves a bit vexed, a bit perturbed at, which is I do not allow sexual depictions of what you would call lollies. The reason for this is that it is against Discord terms of service. They do not allow that. You know, I think the people listening to this can, you know, I'm not going to preach or get on a moral high horse, you know. People all have their own opinions on this, and, you know, you don't need someone like me telling you whether or not that's good or bad. But that is why I've implemented the rule. No sexual depictions. But I also, simultaneously, do not believe that a fictitious representation is on the same wavelength as the real thing. You know? So, I thought, you know, I'll pose this to the podcast. I'll pose this to my excellent co-host. What are your opinions?
I don't know. My opinion now is that maybe I should just create SHG server with cocaine and hookers that people can get an invite to, and then we'll just post all of it over there.
But no, like for real, like elaborate.
I mean,
What do you think?
like, what do I think about you banning it because Discord says no?
Well, I mean, sure.
I mean, it's not what I would have done, but that's just because I'm me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the guy that will fucking like show my dick to the president.
Wait, are you
I'll
saying
do it
so
for the
if-
meme.
Well, I mean, here's the thing,
I
right?
mean,
Like, so. Oh,
Actually, no. Like, I mean, like the kind of person I am when it comes to this kind of shit. You know, I was with when I did a lot of shit for Supreme Commander.
yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, like basically, I left the community because of some, well, we'll say fucking politics, not like politics,
Right.
politics like, oh, these guys are voting Brexit or
no.
whatever, but like, you know, just like any fucking open source team with like elections and shit. It's not a fun place to be around. But anyway, I finally got permabanned about a month ago.
Wait, from like the Slack.
No, from the forums. I still have my Slack account and I can just watch everything, but I've been permanently banned from the forums because I went into explicit detail about how much I did not want to fuck a moderator. But so like another shit poster, he made like a forum thread is like, what if everyone in like the community was a Game of Thrones member?
Right.
And what he made me, I think he made me Tommen.
Wait, sorry, can I just say, what do you mean by Game of Thrones member?
What if like Moon is this character, or
Right, okay.
yeah, and he made me Tommen. Right, but the thing is, he made a notorious French feminist moderator, Marjorie. So, but basically, my entire post was just going on about how fucking hot Natalie Dormer is, and how much,
Right.
like, all the fucking nasty things I want to do to her, and how because of that, there's absolutely no way that this moderator is this character. And I got permabanned. They were fed up with my shit. Basically, just because I have no fear on the internet.
Right. I mean, and part of, I find that decently respectable. Like, you know, as in, sorry, not respect. What? Like enviable, because I'm totally not like that at all.
My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
But yeah, like So one of the reasons I've implemented this rule again, like it's mainly because, you know, there are stories that servers have been shut down.
I've yet to see it happen once, but
sorry,
I've yet to see it happen once.
Yeah, I that's why I say stories. I haven't concrete evidence seen that a server has been shut down because of it, but I have heard stories. So it's just, for me personally, it's something I'm not interested in. Like, you know, I don't really care about it. And combine that with the risk of something possibly happening, like, I just don't see why I should risk, you know? Like, I'm fine just...
You don't love fictitious underage girls enough to be bothered to deal with it.
Basically, yeah. Basically. But, like...
When you say you like flat chests, how could you?
I like flat chests on girls of consenting age.
Dude, she's 8,000 years old.
But yeah, I'd be lying if I said I had an actual, like, I do think that a fictitious representation is different from the real thing. It's not the same as child pornography, but it's just, like, lots of people don't like it. I can understand. I can kind of understand why people, you know, would think it is, and I just don't care enough. I suppose it's a bit like, you know, like, I just don't care enough to fight in the corners of people who are being condemned as pedophiles, even if they're not, you know. I don't care, you know. So,
hang on. Be with Cocaine and... I'm actually going to make the server right now. B with cocaine and hookers. Oh. Shit, I accidentally... SSG, get your ass back in here. Come on. We are going through some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Please bear with us. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Alright, I'm back. Alright, we're back. So, yeah, fuck, did it fuck up for you as well?
Yeah, like joined back a couple times and it just wasn't working. Kicked me off at one point as well.
Yeah, I thought it was just because I fucking made the thing. Because I know that it usually like tries to swap you over there. Like the moment you make it. And you don't want me to do it. Oh.
No, I don't. I don't.
Fine, I just won't invite you then.
I know how much you love me, so you wouldn't, you know.
I'll just invite everyone but you. It'll be good.
No, this is just like school all over again.
You can't escape school, man. You learnt too much there.
All I learned there was... Fuck, what did I learn at school?
How to eat your lunch. The quadratic formula. Which
shit. Oh, hang on. Right. Fuck, no. Oh, god damn. I can't remember the quadratic formula.
It was B...
2B plus...
No. It was... I think it was just like... B plus or minus the square root of 4AC over 2B.
B.
I think.
Yeah, that sounds
Alright, let's... Hang on.
Search it up.
Negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC over 2A.
Can I tell you, right? The single thing I'm most ashamed about, right? Well, okay, that's a lie. But it's up there, right? It's up there. So, at school, I was considered one of the smarter kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the UK, we have an exam called the GCSE, which I've definitely talked about. And it's what you sit at the end of secondary school. So, at 16. And that's it's the end of compulsory qualifications, so everyone has GCSEs. And a C is a pass. Now they've actually recently changed it, like the past year or two, to like a weird number system, like a 4 is a pass. But it used to be, it was from U, G, F, E, D, and then like a C was a pass, and then B, A star. Right? And in primary school and like early high school, early secondary school, I was like one of the best people at maths, and I got my GCSE. I passed with a C, because that was the highest you could get on this exam, foundation exam. But I got my C 3.5 years before you sit your exam. So, like a decent amount. Like, it's nothing super exceptional, but like when I've said it to some people, they didn't think you could do that, right?
Mm.
So, and in those 3.5 years, and I sat, the exam then, I got a B. I only moved up one letter. And throughout that final year, on every single practice paper and mock paper, I got an A star or an A. And on the one that counted, the actual exam, I got a B.
Yeah.
And it was something that I was, because again, I was in like the top class, the top set, and so everyone around me got A's and A stars, and I was the lone. Sorry, someone else got a B, but they were retarded, like me. So yeah, I was so ashamed that when I started college, which here is like junior, senior high school in America, I actually requested to resit the exam. I said, "Can I please resit this because I'm not very happy with my grade," and they wouldn't let me because I passed. They're like, "You've got a B. Like a B's good enough to do. You're fine." I was like, "No, but it's not fine. It's not fine for my pride. I need this," but they wouldn't let me. So I have to live with that shame.
Well, it sounds like you did better than I did. My fucking my fucking high school life was a fucking roller coaster of basically just me not trying.
No.
I mean, I was always stupidly fucking good at the maths and sciences, and then I think because it starts when you're about like 15 when like all the actual exams start, and I fucked up everything horribly. Because we run on a credit system, so it's like through like internal like essays and the exams at the end of the year, you need to get 80 credits to pass your level 1. I got 40.
What is that? Oh shit! fair far off.
And given that I think you can get like 120, 130 credits throughout the year, depending on which subjects you take.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty big fuck up. However, come the next year when we had to like go back to school and like deal with all our subjects, the teachers basically just looked at me and was like, "Nah, you're smart. You can go to the next year anyway." So I got a free fucking pass for doing nothing. But by that year, they start specializing a bit more. So rather than taking a science class and a maths class, I could take like a physics class, a chemistry class, and a maths class. I think it's in the last year it splits into statistics and calculus.
Yeah.
So basically, from there on, I passed level 2, which gave me level 1 for free. And then I passed level 3. I technically passed level 3. I passed level 3, but I never got university entrance, which you're supposed to get in level 2.
Yeah.
Because I never passed English.
Oh. Hang on. I'm reminded of something here.
What?
I just matter. It's not worth bringing. It's not worth it. It's not that funny.
But then again, I don't. Yeah, but fuck English, man. Entire subject sucks.
Fuck English.
So, I guess that was me again dying with my morals, where I didn't even try in English, despite the fact that it would completely and utterly screw up my prospects of ever going to university.
Yeah.
And look where it's got me now.
Like, I had my early high school was peaks and troughs as well. So early secondary school, I should use the right terminology. Where like, I was the top of the year in most subjects, but at the same time, I was also nearly kicked out school because, and I'll just say this, I was autistic. There's no other word for it. I was absolutely autistic, and I couldn't stop myself doing things that I thought I should. So okay, if somebody like,
Did you jerk off in the back of the classroom?
no, I didn't. I didn't jerk off in the back of it. But like, if somebody told me, like, if somebody insulted me, I would like think it would be perfectly reasonable to just smack them up.
Oh, dude, I'd straight up like knock people upside the head with steel chairs.
Yeah.
Back in high school.
Yeah, like
you know what happened? You know what happened to me though? Absolutely fucking nothing.
Well, I got away with so much shit because of my grades.
Yeah,
because I was like,
I would say I got away with shit as well because of my grades, but I didn't have the grades. I just got away with shit.
But yeah, I mean, so it was highs and it was lows, and then I eventually got my shit in order. I got like my mother was brought in, and I had a meeting with the head teacher, and it was like, my final written warning, and if he does anything after this, he's gonna get kicked out. That wasn't true, because a month later some ginger cunt hit me in the back of the head. He was actually like a brother of a friend, but I didn't like. He hit me in the back of the head as we were leaving, and we have this like big bunch of lockers along to the side, and so I turned around, and without even seeing who it was, he bent over in front of me. I think he was just laughing or something, right? So like bent over in front of me, and so I picked him up by the waist, like over him, and then flung him like 270 degrees into this bunch of lockers, and like just smashed him into it. And then he fell to the ground, and I, gave him a kick or two, and swore at him and whatever. And I wasn't kicked out for that, and that was definitely grounds. That's definitely, if he fucks up one more time, we are kicking him out. Assault somebody, we'll just let it off. I mean, I didn't mean to just.
Maybe you're just weak and you didn't actually hurt him at all doing that. Like, oh, no damage done.
I mean, I'd take that, but no, he was crying pretty bad after. Well, they sat me in a room with him. I had to apologize, I mean, to be honest, I was very apologetic because I did really think that, fuck, I am going to get kicked out. I am going to get kicked out. Fuck. This is it. This is the end. Yeah, that didn't happen. But yeah, like eventually I was able to get my shit in order, but by then I was fucking just broken, and like the rest of school I just limped through. So GCSE wise, I had my subjects were biology, physics, chemistry, English language, English literature, mathematics, history, geography, and computer science. And I ended up only sitting 7 of those. So the sciences, English language, English lit, maths, and history. And then I failed English literature. So I only got like 6 passes out of the 9 subjects I should. And yeah, like really underachieved massively, dropped a bunch, like where just wasn't that great of a time. But I got enough that I could go to college. But
congrats, you did better than me.
Well, again, college, not university.
The same.
Different things.
Yeah.
No. Like right now, I'm trying to get into university, and right now, these are the exams I'm going to fail, and I'm not going to be able to go to university on.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could have gone to university if I tried. They probably would have let me sit some kind of like fucking summer crash course or something.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, I was like, because I mean, basically, I skimmed through high school on fucking natural talent. People say there is no such thing as natural talent, but I mean, I never tried. Never studied a day
Yeah.
in my fucking life. And I got to the point, it's like, I know I'm not going to be able to get away with this shit in university. And do I really trust myself with like a 30 grand debt to suddenly find it in myself to do this?
Yeah.
And I mean,
I feel that.
nah, I'm just going to be a bogan cunt.
Well, like I've talked to you about before that, like seriously considering, you know, joining the army or some shit.
The French
Just
fall underneath
because. I mean, I'd love to, but it seems very hard to get into. Very, very hard.
Well, I mean,
That's the dream.
yeah, well, I mean, it's one of the things that's like, why should they take you out of literally everyone else in the world?
Yeah. Plus, I mean,
I
shit,
mean,
what was I gonna say?
It's one of those things. It's a miracle the French Foreign Legion still exists. Like, we'll put it that way. It's like with downsizings of militaries over the past couple of fucking decades, the fact that it's basically survived this long is amazing. And yeah, so they definitely wouldn't take just fucking anyone.
But like, it's also like just the hurdle of getting in is like my teeth. Like they have, you know, like a lot of armies very strict dental requirements.
Really?
And like, you know, yeah. Well, because they don't want people with fucking like toothache and shit in the middle of they don't want combat dentists. So even though my teeth are fine now, I've had several removed. I've definitely talked about how fucked my teeth are on the podcast.
You have.
So I've had several removed and shit, like when I was a kid, and I just didn't brush. So it's like, even if, and I know I couldn't pass the physical requirements right now, but even if I could, like, the British Army is more accommodating. Again, this is where you insert British dentistry meme, but yeah, I think I'm right at the limit of the French Foreign Legion now. Like, I think there's like a maximum of 4 teeth can be removed, and I've had 4 teeth removed. And then if they're just like, oh well, this guy's had 4 teeth removed, his mouth's probably a fucking state. Like, but luckily the teeth have been removed. They were as a kid, so they healed over fine, and also they're right at the back. They're like molars and shit, so you don't see them.
Your teeth are still fucked though. The front ones.
Oh, my teeth are. I mean, yeah, dude, my teeth look so fucking bad from the front, like so fucking bad from everywhere.
Yeah, let's just not look at your mouth. Thank God for podcasts
like,
having
I've
video
mastered.
component.
Yeah, I've mastered the art of smiling with my mouth closed, because I like, or when I laugh or something, I mean, it's to be 100% honest, it's something I'm very, very self-conscious about. Like, to be real with you, it's.
So I'm never gonna stop dicking on you for it.
As is tradition.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that the military had like teeth requirement.
Yeah, like I mean, most national armies tend not to have super strict requirements, but yeah, like most actual.
NZ Army Dental and assistance requirements. Apparently, we have a dental officer in the New Zealand Army as a career choice.
Sign yourself up.
Be a dentist in one of the most exciting and unusual surgeries in the world, the New Zealand Army, where you'll never leave the fucking base. That reminds me. Do you know who one of our biggest fucking clients are at work?
Who?
The military. Like we, but not just the military bars. Like we see, every week we send them just fucking pallets and pallets of alcohol. Like what the?
Wait, you send them what?
Alcohol.
No, what of alcohol?
Pallets.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you were saying pellets, like little fucking balls. I was like,
no, like the like
pallets,
like wooden fucking platforms.
Yeah, like speak properly, you know. Just
what the fuck would you call them?
A pallet.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
Not a pellet.
A pallet. It's a pellet.
I have no qualification to fucking have a go at how somebody eats. Sorry, how somebody eats, how somebody speaks. What the fuck am I on about?
I still don't hear it when people try to take the piss out of me for saying sex. Apparently that's the thing where we say sex. I don't hear it.
Yeah.
I don't fucking hear it though.
It's low hanging fruit. Plus, I've heard you a lot, so I'm probably biased. Like, as in, I don't hear it too well because I'm just used to hearing you talk. But
that's good to know.
I can definitely hear like why some people would. It does kind of sound like.
But yeah, fucking yeah, we just send them shitloads of fucking alcohol. I hope it's not like fucking government subsidized, because if I'm paying fucking tax money for like everyone down at fucking Linton to get on the piss every Friday, I'm gonna go fucking ballistic.
Yeah, well, it's just some guys enjoying, you know.
And the funny thing is like the funny thing is like how fucking pompous it is, like, because there's a general like mess hall bar, there's a sergeant's, and then there's an officer's, and like the general one, we send them like fuckloads of just like RTDs, like, you know, like the vodka and lemon drinks and shit.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
RTD, ready to drink cocktails.
Yeah.
So we send them like shitloads of those. But then the officers one, we send them shitloads of like spirits and craft beers.
Yeah.
So it's just fun to see the difference there. And then I think the sergeants usually get a mix of both, or kegs. But yeah, fuck the New Zealand military.
New Zealand military sounds absolutely base. BH.
Should ask my friend if he actually has to pay to go to the bar there. Although
I imagine so.
But the thing is, like, even when we're not sending them shit, they even sometimes come in for themselves. Like, once a week, we'll usually get these girls in military fatigues, and they'll go down there and they'll just walk out with like trolleys and trolleys of fucking shit. Like, oh yeah, we should be good for the weekend. Fucking ridiculous. I really got to figure out what the fuck's going on down there.
Is it too late for you to enlist? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, if we go to war, maybe I could get fucking drafted.
Who are the number one? Who is New Zealand enemy number one? If you were told, like, all right, a war is going to be declared tomorrow, who would you be like? It's got to be against them.
Wait, you mean like for me, like who's my top motivator going to be, or like who's the most likely to declare war on us?
Like who is? I was more like thinking of just like New Zealand in general. But,
So like, because I mean, does it have to actually be a nation as well? Because it's like ISIS.
No, I'm deliberately leaving it open.
Because I'm really not getting I'm not really getting the question here.
It's not a very good question.
Like what country is most likely going to declare war on us that would require us to like reinstate the draft or something?
Yeah. Like what would be like the most? It doesn't matter. Forget it all.
I mean, I don't know. I want to say China, but I mean, to be honest, if China fucking tried anything, we would not be able to react fast enough.
Yeah, like, what is it, 200 or like 250 to 1 population? Like,
oh, not even that. It's basically just like, if anyone is within swinging distance of the mainland of New Zealand, we're fucked. But like, if there's another world war, and we get like called in, so what? Russia's the most likely scenario where we get fucking drafted.
Right.
Unless I want to like wank about this dream of like China invading New Zealand and I go inner woods and start going commando and shit, despite having no military training whatsoever fucking ever. It's a cool dream though.
Yeah. Bit too like fucking American for me though.
I mean, I'd say it's like one rung above like zombie apocalypse prepping. I mean, that's mostly because like fucking prepping for a zombie apocalypse is fucking retarded. There's no way a zombie apocalypse can happen.
Yeah.
Just no fucking way.
I don't think that's too controversial to say, to be honest.
I mean, not even going on the basis of like, oh, can a zombie virus actually fucking exist? Just fucking, it's so easy to quarantine that shit.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch 28 Days Later?
Yeah, and the sequel as well.
Yeah. Those are good movies. First one has a great soundtrack as well.
Yeah. They're alright.
It's actually one of the few like movie OSTs I had. I say had. I wonder if I still have it. Because it was one of the things I pirated. Because, like, fuck trying to find that shit in stores. Especially when it's like a decade after the film fucking comes out.
Yeah. I find that like I have to do that a lot with a bunch of shit. Like, how do you say? Like things I'd be happy to pay for, but it's just you can't get them legally. You know, you just.
I really should
just have to pirate them.
I mean, I should be paying for some of this like weeb shit music that I'm getting because I know that they have like store pages, but I just haven't got around to it.
For me, if it's not on iTunes, then like fuck it, you know. But to be honest, I can't even be bothered to like pirating music and getting it on an iPhone is just too much of a hassle. Even if it's literally just downloading it on my computer, plugging my phone in, and then dragging them onto iTunes. But that's still just because I'm used to like being able to browse shit and download it on my phone, and then it just pops up on my computer and shit. Like that's the barrier, and so it's just like if I can't pirate it, then I just don't listen to it. I mean, sorry, if I can't get it legally, I just.
Are you having fun there clicking?
Oh shit! Hold on. Oh shit! I'm gonna have to do a lot more clicking. Let me get this out of the way. There's no shift click feature like there is normally. So I have to do all of these.
Normally, I try to stay focused when I'm doing this podcast, but SHG decided he wants to play Imperator Rome.
Oh, alright, fine. I'll click off. Okay. I'm not doing anything in detail. I'm just clicking provinces. Like, I'm not thinking hard. You've got 110% of my attention.
Oh.
Unadulterated. Unrated.
Well, now I'm feeling kind of nervous. I don't want to talk anymore.
Well, no. You had it already, but now, it's focusing like a laser beam.
I'm getting a bit hot under the fucking collar now. Jeez. Fuck, where were we going with this?
I have no idea. I can't remember anything.
Well, how about we just end the fucking podcast here? With the world's shortest podcast.
We've got to stretch it to at least 2 hours.
We're like 10 minutes away. And I don't want to talk, and I don't want to spend the next 10 minutes talking about, oh my god, I don't know what we're talking about.
No, so, right, let's find a topic right now. Let's bash one out.
Emmy's hot sweaty ass.
The listeners are demanding. No, we're not doing that. Pomf doesn't listen. He doesn't deserve it.
I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my mind either.
Language. Do you speak any other languages?
9.
Do you want to speak any other languages?
9. Yes, but with no effort put in.
What languages?
I don't know. I mean, Japanese. I want to learn to speak gibberish.
You seem already fluent in that.
Yes. Fuck, you put me on the spot now. I mean, I did Japanese in like my first year of high school.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about that before, but it basically went down the shitter when I learned that there was more to Japanese than hiragana and katakana. I got the
kanji mode block.
Yeah, like I got the hiragana down, and I was like, okay, next year we're supposed to be learning the katakana. And I was like,
wait,
okay.
It took a year for hiragana?
Yeah, like one fucking period, like 4 periods a week. I mean, actually no, because the first year is actually like 2 months. Or two terms. So like 20 weeks.
Hiragana is not that hard.
Yeah, but it's like not just in there, but like, hello, my name is Moon.
Okay, come on, lay it on me. Lay it on me.
Yeah, fuck, I already forgotten that part. I think at this point I've learned more about Japanese. I remember more from Japanese from anime than I do from what I actually learned in the class. Except for like a few keywords. Like Hebrephile, it always makes me laugh now because of Monogatari.
Never seen it, but
I'll put it this way: there's a girl in there called Nadeko Sengoku. She's not very much liked by a lot of people, but she's she gets possessed by a snake, and she's also 14 years old.
Is she the snail chick?
No, that's Maoi Hachikuji.
That is the only one I know from Monogatari.
No, you must remember the crab. Skynet posts her all the fucking time.
I tune Skynet out most of the time.
Oh, dude. But no, there's a cute girl, and she gets possessed by a snake, and she's 14 years old. So the joke there is that that if you like her, you're a Hebrephile, because what's the Japanese word for snake?
I don't know.
It's Hebe, or Hebe, Hebe.
I probably could have figured that out purely based on context.
Yeah, and do you know what a Hebrephile is?
Yes. Somebody who likes girls that are of sexually developed age, but still under the age of legal consent.
There we go. Do you see the joke? See, it's such a funny joke. I know. I made it up myself, and nobody laughs at it.
Hilarious.
I know.
I mean, how are you not a comedian already?
Probably because I don't try.
Okay.
So you just got knocked the fuck out there. But yeah. So I gave up on Japanese after that.
Was it really like kanji that just knocked you out?
Well, it was basically just going. Like,
I'm not saying.
It's not like I thought it was too hard. It's like this looks like too much effort. We should have nuked Japan a third time and made them adopt Romanji. Seriously, that would make the world so much fucking easier. No, and it's not like having them adopt Romanji would actually fuck much shit up. Like, it's not like Polish, where it's a Latinized Cyrillic lexicon.
No. No, you're absolutely retarded for thinking that at all.
No, fuck you.
You are so fucking wrong.
I know there's like...
I mean, that is literally what's happened with Korean. Korean, they got rid of Hanja, which is their kanji, and now it's all Hangul, which is their hiragana. And now it's all just fucking loan words, because they don't have the words and they don't have the contextual clues. Like...
And it's
sure, okay, maybe I'm saying this from the point of view as somebody who... It's not a particularly impressive tally, but I would say I know about 350 to 400 kanji fairly well. And so I'm not just purely trying to defend that.
Congrats, you're 10% of the way here.
No, like 40%. Not 40, 20%.
I thought they were like, there's like 4,000 or something.
No, so the Joyo list of kanji is 2,136 kanji. Those are the ones on the Japanese government mandate. That a newspaper or something, like publications, only go up to like that amount, and if they have kanji that are beyond this mandated 2,136,
you got to take it to Twitter.
No, they have to put furigana, which is like hiragana, over it, so you're not expected to know those. In reality, there's about 3,000 kanji because you have to include name kanji, and yeah, there's some outside the Joyo list that are commonly used. But yeah, so between 12 and 20%, I'd say.
But yeah,
but the common ones. So I can again. I went to Japan and I was able to like get around. Yeah, that's a very low level, but
yeah, I mean, for my non-weeb mind, it just makes so much more sense. See, this is why you need to play Imperator Rome, right, so that you can conquer Japan and just fucking rip their alphabet to shreds.
The problem is, like, the kanji tells you what the word, like, there's so, because of the limited amount of sounds in Japanese, there's like 5 vowel sounds.
There's 5 vowel sounds in the English language as well.
No, there's like 14. There's like 14 vowels. Yeah, we have 5 vowels, but remember, language is spoken before it's written. Like,
yeah.
So, but they only have like 5. A, I, U, E, O, and then there's, they stretch some of them out, but they're the same sound. And there's less consonants, and there's only one consonant ending, which is So, kan. But there's no kam, there's no ka. It's kato. It just...
It's
so
English.
There's so many... Yeah, it's so many homonyms and synonyms that the kanji tells you, like, what the word actually is. Like, plus there's no spaces as well. So when hiragana is used for grammar...
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Like,
I mean,
some of the hardest things I find to read is like children's books, because it's all in hiragana, and I can't tell when words stop and words start.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
So
they need to invent a fucking space bar.
No, because then you space them, and then you can't tell what the word is, because there's like 20 different words that are pronounced like that.
Whatever. I still think it's for the better. I mean, can we at least admit though that the Japanese alphabet is still fucked, no matter what?
It is like I've read a few linguistic books back when I didn't think you could do a degree in Japanese, and so I thought I would have to do a degree in linguistics to do Japanese, and it's universally considered that Japanese is like the hardest writing system. Now, some fuckers, and I'm gonna call them out. I'm calling these people out.
Calling you out, Oxford English Dictionary writers and Webster.
Right? No. Some people would say Chinese is harder, because to be at a level of being able to read Chinese, you need to know 5,000 characters at least, right? 10,000 normally. And they'll say, well, Japanese, like the hardest exam, which is the Kanji Kentai 1, because they love counting down. 10 is the easiest, 1 is the hardest. The 1 requires 6,000 kanji, and it's basically considered like no one, like very few people can pass it. Like only 10% of people who sit it can pass it, and the people who sit it have to cram for years to learn this. It's pointless knowledge because none of these kanji are used. Again, like at most 3,000 kanji are like used. So to know 6,000, it's very archaic and whatever. And these people say, well, Chinese, you need to know 10,000, So Chinese is harder. But the big thing is that in Chinese, all characters, and I know this because I did Chinese for a year, and I know a couple hundred Chinese characters. I'm an authority. I'll have you know. But no, in Chinese, each character only has one reading. It has one sound. Unlike Japanese, which I'm sure characters can be read like 10 different times because they were stolen 10 different times from China. And then you have the native Japanese word. And then it's like, it's just quantity. And the grammar, I don't want to say the grammar is easy, but the grammar is simpler. It's a lot simpler than then Japanese, and then a lot of languages, which is one of China's one of the good points of the language. It's not easy grammar, but I'd say it's easier than English's grammar. You know, I am now just parroting what I've read by linguists. I will admit, but yeah. So Japanese, because I think it's the only language where there's 3 different scripts. You know, there's 3 different writing scripts, and on top of that, you know, with them, you have to use them all together. Yeah, it's definitely like the hardest writing system in the world. Which is why I get to feel good about myself when I can read an incredibly simple sentence. Like on KSG today, somebody put Oisha arigato, and which is just thanks stock. I was like, yeah, damn, I could read that. Fuck, I'm a pro. I'm a fucking boss. It's just, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. We filled up 10 minutes here, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, so fucking
Bam.
Japanese. I mean, our good French friend likes to commend me on my pronunciation of the one French sentence I know.
Go ahead.
Well, Je ne comprends pas, which
what
literally
does
means
that mean?
I don't understand.
Oh,
Je ne comprends pas.
Man, it's like fucking Sleepy's here. Shit.
Poggers. But yeah, so that's the one French thing I know how to say. But I mean, at the same time, fuck French.
True. I know tu es un mannequin.
I
did butcher that.
Yeah, but I think the most if I wanted to learn French, I purposely want to learn French retardedly.
Yeah.
Where I do just like fuck all the pronoun shit. We're like all the feminine or masculine connotations. I want to sound. Actually, languages bring up so many fucking questions I've been having for the longest time. Like,
right.
You know, it's like in English when you try to take the piss out of a certain nationality. I want to see what that's like from other languages.
I've asked, like, so you know I worked at a language library, and I still do to an extent.
Yeah.
And that would be one of the questions I would ask people.
Yeah, it's like ask the gym guys, like, dude, try to pretend to be a Russian in German.
Well, I mainly ask about English, like how are we?
Well, English. No, well, that's the thing. It's like I know enough about English to know that kind of shit already. I want to know about the ones that I can't possibly know about.
Yeah.
Like I want to see, you know, the fucking Italians dicking on the Greeks or whatever the fuck.
There was this Korean chick I was talking to.
Of course you were.
And she, like, we were talking, and I did ask her about like I don't like there's.
And then she was like, "Let me tell you about those fucking Malaysians."
No.
Had enough of their shit.
You know the story where it's about the comfort women, right? You know, Japan had lots of, you know, indentured a lot of Korean women as sex slaves during, you know, Second World War.
No.
And there was talk that, you know, Korea's never really let it go, and Korea has said multiple times that they've got payment from Japan, like Japan says, can we put this behind us? And then Korea will say, yes, we'll put this behind us, and they pay a bunch of money, and then 5-10 years later, Korea, you know, says, how are these crimes still unforgiven? And it's like, no, we've paid the victim, you know. So, you know, to be honest, I'm not really trying to defend Japan here either, right? It's just a thing. And I was...
All's fair in love and war, and comfort woman are both.
but there was this, they erected a statue in San Francisco of Comfort Woman, and I like kind of brought it up just because, you know, I didn't really know much about Korea other than League of Legends, StarCraft, and K-pop, and she said she didn't like K-pop, and I wasn't gonna ask this, you know, attractive girl about esports. So I kind of like, you know, the only other Korean thing I really know is this Comfort Woman statue. So I kind of brought it up, like, oh, what do you think? And she went on this massive tirade. I couldn't understand her because she was switching into Korean as well, right? About the Japanese she fucking went ballistic on them, right? And the funniest thing, and I swear this is true, I definitely said this on on like the old server, right? I definitely said this. She, at one point when she was mocking, like the Japanese, she just like what you know people in the West do. She pulled her eyes back, but like up, like up. But obviously she's fucking Korean. But like I couldn't believe it. Oh
god.
It was honestly one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But she was like, I did end up apologizing after, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say anything. And she's like, oh no, it's fine.
It reminds me of that fucking that international meme of like the Japanese and that Korean guy just fucking going at it. It's like shitting on each other for like their school schedules, and it's like the Japanese guys like, you wake up at 5 a.m. and you go to school and you get plastic surgery because you look fucking ugly.
It's like learn math. 1 bomb plus 1 bomb equals end of war.
Oh fuck! I need to find this now.
Yeah, that's a great fucking meme.
Yeah, let's just see what happens if we look at best of int. And oh yeah, of course we get like fucking Reddit.
Oh, green tech.
Yeah. Or R4chan. Alright, let's see if we find it here. A lot of Japanese. Yeah, here we have a Japanese guy saying, black people are always criminal, India people dirty, look like criminal but make good curry. South America people look dirty but not many here. Mexico food is good. American people is okay except for Marine and teacher. Europe people best white people good manners. Russia people is like black but wrong color by accident. Alright, the fucking best was like, what are Westerners thinking when they fap to Jap idols or porn? When I fap to Western was I'm thinking like this, fuck you hamburger slut, you want hamburger too? Bad, you get my cum.
Oh, fucking base.
It's gotta be here. Oh fuck, there was also the being racist at Greg's.
That is honestly one of my favorite memes of all time.
So what is Greg's anyway? Because I don't know what Greg's is.
Okay, do you know when I say I'm going to the bakery?
Yes.
I'm going to Greg's.
So it's like a franchise of bakeries?
Yeah. But it's hard to describe because it's just very British. Like, so it's kind of like fast food, but like baked goods.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
bakeries are real fucking common over here. Mostly no, but I mean they're like fast food. Like it's literally like you walk in and then there's like just like warming trays or whatever the fuck, and it's just filled with like cakes and slice and
yeah
pies.
Like,
so
I
many
guess,
fucking pies.
Yeah. So Greg's that I'd say the thing they do is like sausage rolls, and they do bakes, which is like a kind of like a square pastry sort of thing. Like like imagine a sausage roll, but like spread out. So it's kind of like a square, and then they just fill it with something. So like a steak bake. It's like steak pie filling, but it's kind of just in this pastry, so you can eat it on the go.
Dude, that's literally just pies here.
Yeah, but it's not a pie.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Dude, pies here are like 5 inches long in diameter.
Hold on.
We love them.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm doing a good job of describing it well.
NZ pie.
Because Greg's do pies as well.
Yeah, but
it's not the same thing.
I'm usually thinking of like Americans, and they get slices of pies.
Yeah. No. These are just full pies, and they're about 5 inches. But I'm not on about that. Hold on. Here's a screenshot. All right. That's like a bake.
Okay, so it's got no like depth to it.
Yeah, it's just so you can hold it and just eat it on the go.
It's
right?
a hot pocket.
Yeah. We see we don't have hot pockets here like
Neither.
the ones you can just
But,
make. So
I mean,
but, yeah,
we
yeah,
know enough about fucking America that we can like America's basically
Yeah.
the default.
cultural victory. Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Like, it just wasn't something in my mind to bring a comparison to. But yeah, you're right. It's just a hot pocket. Right?
I compare shit to America all the time. It's like when I go to like the other Discords, it's like, oh, I went to Walmart today. We don't have fucking Walmart, but people know
Yeah.
what I mean when I say Walmart.
Well, okay, listen. Throughout this conversation, when I was talking about years, all the comparisons I made to were American. Because it's a standard. People like we don't have junior and senior year high school.
You say that,
but I can explain.
You say that, but to this day,
Like-
I still haven't gotten a fucking grip on how the American schooling system works. So
It's easy.
I didn't really understand any of it. Yeah, but the thing is,
Element-
the thing that
elementary
boggles my
school
mind is
content.
that junior is not junior at all.
Yeah, junior's third year.
And then, like, what the fuck is a sophomore again?
Sophomore, it's second year. But it's like you just remember it. Freshman is first year, sophomore is second year, junior is third year, senior is fourth year. And then it's got like elementary school is up to 10, and then junior high is 4 years following that order to 14, and then high school, senior high or whatever, is 4 years again following that, 14 to 18. That's it.
You know what we have? Year 1, year 2, year 3, year
Same.
4, year 5, year
Yeah.
6, year 7, all the way up to year 13. It's great.
We have up to year 13 as well, but typically, like, so I'm technically in year 13, technically. But, so it's 16, so at year 11, if you decide to do your A-levels at the school, like, because every school has, like, what we would call, like, a sixth form college attached, right? Basically every school. So if you stay, you just do, you'll be referred to as year 12 and year 13. But if you go to, like a designated college like I do, which is just, 16 to 19-year-olds, then in there you'll just be referred to as, like, first year, second year, because there's no previous years, technically. But we are technically just year 12, year 13, yeah.
Anyway,
And that's how it should be. That's the easiest fucking way.
Anyway, Greg's, you were saying.
Yeah, so I'm good. Like, I'll just give you a picture.
Picture. A picture of you being racist in Greg's.
So if you walk into Greg's, this is what you see. And yeah, this will be basically like a standard bakery, I guess. But the big thing is it's uniformity. You can go to Greg, and then to the side they'll have sandwiches, salads, and then like a drinks refrigerator as well. Along the side, and then some Greg's they'll also have they'll do like
Oh, dude,
breads.
Do you guys not even do self-service?
No. That's why I mean, like, fast food. Like, Greg's is no. It's not self-service.
Dude, like we usually walk up because like when I say warm J's, it's basically like you open up the sliding door, you get a pair of tongs, and you just put something in a bag, and then you walk up to the guy and you're like, "Yep, this is a pie, and this is my custard square. That'll be $5." Actually, no, that'll be like $6-7. Prices have risen since back in my day.
I don't think we would be trusted with that.
Yeah, I mean, do you have your tong license?
Fuck off. But yeah, like so Greg, they'll also do like loaves of bread and stuff, but that's kind of more secondary. That's why it's a bakery. It's Greg's bakery, but I'm always hesitant to call it like a proper bakery because it's more geared to like the quick food rather than like what my idea of going, like, because I go to like a proper bakery, like a French bakery, to get like my bread and stuff, and that's more of my idea of a bakery. And that actually does have self-service for the things they offer, but
well, none of the bakeries I know do bread. Like, you can buy a sandwich, like a pre-made sandwich that comes in like a little plastic container, and it, with like the lettuce, the egg, bit of ham.
Yeah, Greg's do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, what you call Greg's, we call a bakery over here. Although it looks like you guys do coffee.
Yeah, they do coffee, tea, and all that. Like I call it a bakery because it is a bakery, you know. But it's just, I guess, my idea of a bakery. It's not. So. Oh, there's one more thing. Oh yeah, they also do this thing called Stotties, which I couldn't like. So, like Stotty bread is the closest thing that we have up here to like a regional food, and it's a type of like thick bread. Hold on, I'll just pull up a picture.
She's thick as fuck, boy.
But you like I went to a Greg's down south, and they don't sell Stotties, and I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
but then
mate,
I realized,
you got any fucking Stotties?
Well, like Greg's was also founded in Newcastle. It is a local business that has expanded across the globe, well, across the UK at least. Yeah, so Stotty bread is in all the Greg's, and we have tons of Greg's up here, obviously. But yeah, going down south and whatever, they don't have Stotty bread. So that's a Stotty.
Fuck, that looks pretty good.
It's fucking amazing. Like, you can eat, like, I always put butter on anyway, but it's so, like, rich. You can eat that, like, without butter. It's amazing.
Well, I found the Korean schedule.
Okay, read it out.
So, what do you want me to read? Like the fucking.
Well, the Korean one the Japanese one goes first, doesn't he? And then.
No, the Korean guy goes first. It's from 7:25 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. What do you think? This is the absolute standard. So, the schedule: 7:25, go to school. Then English study, 1 to 5 lessons. Wait, what does it fucking say? I'm pretty sure it says English study. 1 to 5 lessons, lunch, 6 to 7 lessons, cleaning time, 8 to 10 lessons, dinner, self-study. From fucking... Oh yeah, 7:25 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. So fucking over 12 hours. Crazy shit. But yeah. But we are the poorest country in there. Oh, the Japanese replies, same for Japan, except Japanese have less studies, still pretty much, but have bigger and better companies than Korea and is better than Korea in every way. And then the Korean loses his fucking shit and says, shut up, red button, nip monkey, Jap school schedule looks like the 7 a.m. come to school, parents not kiss you, buy love is not ginger. Trying to read English is fucking impossible. Alright, so again. And make sure my mouth is not full of saliva. 7 a.m. come to school, parent not kiss you, buy love is not in Japanese. 8 a.m. study Japanese and realize it's ugly language and stop. 8:30 a.m. learn to suck American dick. 10 a.m. technology class, build robot to have sex with because lonely tiny Jap dick virginity intact. 12 p.m. lunch, need 2 hours to hunt whale. 2 p.m.
Can I just say that is very rich considering Korea does have on average the smallest dick size. And quite a bit
they also circumcise themselves over there.
Yeah, well they do in Japan as well. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Fuck,
well,
man.
American influence, remember?
Yeah,
American occupation.
That's fucked.
Yeah, for both of them. Yeah, circumcision is fucked. If you're listening to this and you're circumcised...
Laughing at you, to be honest, mate. Alright, we get 2:30 p.m. English lesson. 2:40 p.m. watch ugly Jap girl class may get fucked by English teacher in Japan and masturbate small Jap cock. 3 p.m. learn math. 1 and 1 bomb is end of war. 4 p.m. learn deny war crime. 7 p.m. learn how to get old with no kids and die virgin. 9 p.m. go home to poor shit Japan home.
Yeah, based.
And then Korea schedule 5 a.m. Alright,
oh wait, there's a Korean.
Yeah, Korea schedule 5 a.m. wake up because must prepare for ugly life as Gook. 7 a.m. pretend Takashima is called Dokdo and is Korean even though Japanese government purchased the island. 8 a.m. study kanji. Oh wait, Koreans not smart enough to study kanji, so study ugly lines. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Plastic surgery because Koreans so ugly. Come to Japan, I will kill you, you ugly cockroach. Oh, damn. I think this is the best fucking rivalry. There would be better ones, except that the fact that Indians and Pakistanis don't have internet. Oh, dude, the moment Pakistan...
Have you seen them, the India-Pakistan, like, raising the flag?
No.
They do on the border. And it's like a synchronized dance they do, and they just stomp at each other. Like, they just... Oh, fuck. Alright, I've got to search this up. I've got to give you, because it's so fucking funny. Indian, Pakistani... Pakistan... border ceremony.
It's hard to think it's hard to think about who I like more, whether or not it's the Koreans or the Japanese. Because I mean, the Japanese have everything, but the Koreans have fucking rooftop Koreans.
Oh my god, they like so I have like an FA. I have a couple of like FA inspiration folders.
Is this rooftop Korean core?
I literally have a rooftop Korean core album.
I kind of have to see this.
Enough. Okay, hold on.
Because I fucking love them. Just the look on the one guy's face just doesn't give a fuck. the one with the shotgun, not the rifle, where he's just sitting there with the cigarette and it's just like the gun's got his thumb over. It just doesn't give a fuck.
Like that. I like the one where he's where it's the guy, who's got the handgun and he's just firing shots by the car, and he's just walking like straight up.
He's apparently the fucking gun store owner.
Yeah,
like, the guy that fucking armed everyone.
Fuck,
it kind of makes me eager to see the next time California's going to go to shit, just so we can get rooftop Koreans to Electric Boogaloo.
Well, like, that's the thing with California gun laws, you know.
The only ones who still have the guns are the Koreans.
That's the thing. They probably implemented them just to to stop the stranglehold of the rooftop fucking Koreans. Hold on, right? Okay, I found one of the subfolders. I've got them spread out, so I have my FA folder. Hold on, I'll dump some of these.
Well, the second image is the iconic one.
Yeah.
The one that everyone knows and the one I love the most.
Yeah, for me, it's the guy on the third image with the pistol.
Yeah.
Sorry, they both have pistols, but the one on the left. That guy. Hold on, I had a bigger album. I was able to save it from like an FA thread. It had like 30 pictures on it. Fuck. God damn, I've got so many fucking pictures. I need to reorganize all my folders. Actually, I'm not. This isn't good podcasting.
This is terrible podcasting, but fucking rooftop Koreans, man.
Yes.
It's a crazy bunch of people.
Indeed. I pray for the apocalypse, for that will be the day.
I pray for the black people fucking dumb enough to attack them.
I do think that is like something that's overlooked, is like the language barrier between them. Like, I can understand, like, so many of our like corner shops are run by Indian people, and like we just can't understand each other.
Oh, dude, could you imagine rooftop Punjabs?
Or just shitting down on the street. Wait, aren't there rooftop Punjabs on their fucking trains? They're used to that.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, I think this is a good time to end, ending on a high.
Yeah.
And probably one of the less gleaming podcasts we've done.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
So, remember, kids, it might be. Actually, I don't. Fuck it. Fuck. What was I going to say?
I can't tell if you're doing it deliberately now or not.
No, I'm kind of forgetting what I'm actually. But basically, I was supposed to be taking the piss out of the joke where it's like the whole one about the trees speaking Vietnamese, but you're really fucked when the rooftop starts speaking Korean.
Yeah.
That was the joke. Good night, everyone.
Funny joke. Yeah, good night.